CRWV is in a massive spot, guys. We do have a textbook bull flag structure. After false breaking below this ascending support, stock price is in a position where it could squeeze instantaneously to these $200 price action levels or higher with the confirmation. With that being said, guys, let's not waste any time. My name is Dylan from Dylan's Trades. We're going to go over a technical analysis breakdown. First, stemming over on the weekly analysis. We're looking at the weekly analysis on CRWV, CoreWeave. Each one of these candlesticks representing 1 week of price action. So we have seen, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weeks in a row, continuing to push higher outside of the top of this channel, being that $65 level. We broke away from that range, right, where short sellers can get in for an entry to target down here or even the midway point, right, setting their stop above. Their stop losses did get hit. We squeezed up, and then we've seen a lot of new buyers, guys, continuing to emerge in the market. Once again, guys, forming 7 green candles in a row. Then we get a red inverted hammer candle, and this is key, guys. Not only that this is a green to red reversal, a very real phenomenon, but in its simplest essence for you guys watching the channel, might be a little bit newer, you're seeing an incredible roller coaster up, 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 and then it starts to creep down. And this is where they like to get in, right? As this is a trend reversion within nature, and that's what we were attempting to see, a green to red reversal, but the body of this wick was defended, guys. If we drop below this exact level, right, hard below this exact level, being that 142.50 range, you would be expecting effectively a squeeze to the downside, guys, as then that would trigger, right, buyers, stop losses, and short sellers would emerge. But we did not do that. We defended this low. Notice how the next candle wick bounced right at this level. We rised up and then pulled back, a little bit unorthodox, right? We're only $13 away from that psychological $200 level. A little bit of a strange movement. Often we do see euphoric squeeze continuing higher. We did expect the squeeze over here on this candle, but we did expect the $200 test. So did fail early, guys. We knifed down below this ascending trend line. Better see it on the daily analysis, guys. It's very, very sharp. We start to knife over that. And once again, the sellers get their feet wet, right? With this, maybe a delayed green red version, right? We're super overextended. If there's any time where they're going to step in, guys, it's when stock is, astronomically up, 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 and then it starts to go down a little bit. Once again, they try to get in. It didn't work last time, and this time, once again, we're starting to flip up. So we're right over here, guys, and if we can close over this highs, I mean, we can get a very quick squeeze to 200. So very simple analysis on the weekly, man. We want to look at these IPO stocks differently, as this is a lot different than your, blue chip stock, but we're seeing some decent liquidity within this body, these two wicks, right? We're setting a, rough general support zone in this region, and we're starting to set these higher lows. So despite seeing some selling pause at the tops, we do believe within this establishment that short sellers are trapped, guys. This is the spot for stock to go higher, for this doji candle to go higher. We really feel confident within this, guys. If we do knife down and crush, right, this 150 level, maybe it's a different story within that context. But as of now, we're really set in a good position to trick out short sellers for the rise to go back up, guys. As when we see these kind of pauses, right, this is what is going to lead to these big movements, right? Hence this initial big run started with its consolidation. So I do think we're starting to see a little bit of a confluence until at least $200 test on the weekly analysis. We're looking at the daily candlesticks on CoreWeave, and we haven't went to this ticker in quite some time, guys. The last time we did mention CoreWeave was, I believe, on this candle right here. We did mention that we're forming in this bull flag. We expect this to continue to play out for a few more days, ultimately breaking with the upside, rising this ascending trend line, this blue trend line right here, and ultimately getting the breakout to test $200. So we did not get that $200 test, guys. A little bit shy away from that, about 7.5%. Stock price since then formed another one of these flag structures, and this one much more clean, guys. As with these volatile stocks, they're just going crazy, right? They're absolutely surging. There's no room for a calm, and then we're seeing these really, really thin candles. Notice how these candles, guys, just really there's zero movement throughout the day. This is a stock where we're seeing huge movements, guys. We're seeing squeezes to 24, 25% in a day. We're yanking back down with this big candle over here, 14%. And then the volatility really, really gets dry in this nice bull flag structure, guys, being this descending trend line, these two over here. So definitely looks really, really nice, guys. And then we're seeing the flip in liquidity, right? We're getting bearish, bearish, bearish. It's slowly kind of getting better. We drip down here, but once again, the fall wasn't a very big fall. We immediately come down, touch this trend line with another thin candle. And then this one is completely abnormal. You notice how now on the daily analysis, we're having one red candlestick. We have two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight with weak selling pressure despite being 8 red candles. And now I think we're flipping green, guys. So, the green to red reversals, red to green reversals, this is a fantastic chart for this analysis. Is continuing to play out, and a lot of these stocks are playing out with this as of now. BBAI is a great example, right? On the weekly analysis, we'll stick to this for 20 seconds or so. We're seeing a big squeeze up in the past, right? Big green, 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 little tiny red candle. It just started the trend, right? We flip red, we get crushed, right? Once again, green, red, flip, right? Green, red, flip. So right now, BBI looks incredible to potentially break $10 up here, but we're waiting for the green to red. It's within these kind of stocks, guys. They're very, very responsive, especially on the weekly analysis. So straight away, guys, that is a daily analysis. We do expect this breakout to occur. If we can get a strong close, guys, over these highs over here, you want to go $1 above so you don't get stopped out. Really above that 167, guys, we should be really looking good. I think personally test $200, but the first technical test would be these former highs that initiated this flag over here. But it looks really, really good, guys. And also, the last thing we really want to note, guys, there's a lot going on with this one. But in the same time, it's simple. We're seeing this descending trend line, guys. The volume on this stock is continuing to descend, and especially over this flag consolidation. Notice how it's really getting thin, guys. And it does look like today we're trying to uptick over that and get that breakout. When you see this dry volume, just as we did in the past, right? And then we see a break, if we take a vertical line to the breakout day. Notice how this day right here had an increase on volume, and then we boom. So volume confirmation, red to green reversal. There's a lot of good things working for CRWV. We still got to get above $167 being this, major level, man. But it does look like we will get above that, and it could be a really good trading opportunity. This is not financial advice. Take what I say with a grain of salt. But that is the video. Actually, you know what? We're going to go flip over the hourly, guys. I don't think there's too much. That's why we're going to skip it. But yeah, on the hourly analysis, guys, we're not really seeing much. We're just seeing this strong exit to the top of this flag, right? A nice liquidity movement. We can see that on the hourly. So that being said, guys, keep an eye on these levels. These are the major levels I'll be watching moving forward. Hope you guys have a good day, man. Consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. We'll continue to cover CRWV about one or two times per week. So with that being said, guys, have a good day. Take care and trade smart. And peace.